Hello, everybody. I thought I would put together a quick presentation on how to prepare for the third exam next week. And I'll put this video up on Sakai and on our course schedule just so that you have reference to it. So first up, how to prepare for this new way of doing the exam. One thing I want to make sure that everyone has viewed the two videos that complete this thermodynamics unit. Those are both posted on both the schedule and on Sakai. You also want to make sure that you have completed all the activities associated with this unit. So review all the units from before break, review those activities, and make sure you complete activities 19 and 20 so that you're up to date. You also want to make sure that you finish that last SmartWork 5 assignment for this unit, and that is called Homework 7, so that is due on Wednesday. You might want to finish that before Wednesday night so that you have an opportunity to ask questions during the Opportunities for Questions Google Meet sessions on Wednesday morning and Wednesday afternoon. There's also a a review posted on Sakai that you should be working through as you prepare for the exam. And you can check all your work using the solutions posted. So this should sound a little familiar because this is what you've been doing all semester to prepare for exams in this course. Another thing you might want to do for this online exam is to organize your notes. Since this will be an open note, open book test, having your notes organized and easy to find will help alleviate stress while you are working through the exam. Also, you're used to a equation sheet or all the equations for the exam being on the front of the exam. So I would suggest that you make one of these for yourself. Think through the unit, write down all the important equations that you've been using in the activities, in the SmartWork assignments, on the review, and make a summary of that on a piece of paper so that it's easy to find while you're working through the exam. And lastly, in preparation, check into one of our Google Meet opportunities for question sessions. So they will be again on Monday, if you view this video early, Monday morning, Monday afternoon, Wednesday morning, Wednesday afternoon. So if you have questions, you can pop in. You can also email me if you need just a 5-10 minute one-on-one conversation. Feel free to email me and we can set up a quick meet for that as well. What to expect on the exam. Right. So this exam will be administered on Thursday, April 2nd on Sakai. It's going to be very similar to what you're used to in style, length, and level of difficulty to all the other exams in the course, the first two exams. I'm going to make it available all day or most of the day from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. so that if you are in a different time zone, you have other assignments that you're working on the same day, or if you have to be in a synchronous class on that day, this should still give you plenty of time to work through the exam. Note that it's the same length as previous exams, and those were generally done in about an hour. So you're not going to need all day to do this, but I want to give you time and flexibility because I know you have other things taking up your time right now. Just like all other exams, the honor code is in effect. This should be an individual effort. You should not be collaborating with each other. You want to make sure you know what you know and are demonstrating what you know on the exam. As I mentioned several times before break and also in this video, you can use your notes, your textbook, thermodynamic data tables, and a periodic table. You don't want to randomly Google things for this exam. I've tested that, and if you do so, you will get the incorrect answers. So make sure you're using the notes, the textbook, the thermodynamic tables, either the ones I gave you or the one at the back of the textbook. Those will work fine and get you answers that make sense with this exam. I'm going to have you allow for 2 submissions so that if there's any technological glitches, you forget to answer a question, you can go back through and look to make sure you've answered every question. Note that many of the open-ended questions that are having you enter in a number, for example, a calculation number, I have a follow-up question that lets you explain your work. So you want to make sure you've answered all those follow-up questions. So this 2 submissions idea will give you opportunity to do so. Unlike the pre-lab quizzes, you are not going to get feedback when you submit this. Remember the activity that we did right as we got started when I asked you an open-ended question, there was a 0 there because I couldn't give you a score for that until I looked at your submission. And that's going to be true for this as well. I'm going to need to look at every individual student submission and give you feedback on those submissions. So you will not get feedback until I have time to look at all of them. I'm going to try to get that individual feedback back to you by the following week. So if you have any questions, pop into a Google opportunities for questions session, and I will be happy to talk to you. You can also send me an email. That's it for now. Thanks, guys.